People ask me, should I get into real estate, or you think it's a good business to get into? Let me say this, we use real estate for a lot of different things. Okay, so I know for the most part, people only know me for as a real estate agent, real estate broker, whatnot. But we're investors in real estate as well. So we use real estate for businesses. We use real estate as retirement accounts. We are technically using real estate as a college fund for our kids, right? So we have 2 kids. Both our kids actually have their own house, right? We have a daughter that's 2. We have a son that's 5, and they have their own houses, right? And we're technically using those houses to fund their education, right? So as we go in and we make repairs, or we swatch changing out tenants, whatnot, we're make sure the kids are coming so they can see what we're doing, because these are their houses. So we want them to understand the upkeep and the maintenance and how to run the houses as a business, because these houses will essentially be funding them to go to school. So I like to always talk to people about real estate, because a lot of people try to box you in, right, when they're talking about real estate, because it's just their paradigm. They don't really see real estate being anything outside of just a house you live in. But real estate is a business outside of that, man. You can't be boxed in, and don't let anybody else box you in either, right? Whatever you have, I know so many investors, they all have different, strategic plans of what they use real estate for. But once you find your way, once you find your unique niche in real estate, it's pretty liberating that you can do things through one business model and create a lot of different streams of revenue, create a retirement account, create quick flips, quick money, whatnot. But one thing is for sure that we just have to make sure that we have in place is protection for our investments. But we also have to have an exit plan. I mentioned this in one of the last videos, but the exit plan is extremely important. Okay, you need to know when a property actually, and I say it like this: shelf life. Everything has a shelf life. Okay, and in real estate, there's no difference. All right, if you're in the corporate world, you have a shelf life. If it's real estate, every potential real estate property has a shelf life, meaning it will expire, and you need to understand when that shelf life is, so therefore you sell it when the appropriate time comes. A lot of times we miss our windows of opportunity because we don't have the shelf life. We don't have the shelf life noted. So that's going to be very important when it comes to real estate, and even our kids' properties. My daughter that's 2 and who has a property, of course, we won't have that same property when she turns 17, or, we won't have that same property. So, of course, we're going to be graduating the property, replacing the property or whatnot. We're going to be using 1031 exchanges to flip the properties and replace it with another like kind property. And also outside of the shelf life and so forth, you also need to have some other things in place, right? A lot of people, they spend a lot of money in probate. And so if you are going to use real estate as investments, you need to look at all the other ways about how to transfer a property outside of your regular conventional rights, because most time when people pass away and they die, right, the family end up going through probate just to change the property ownership to somebody else out and get it out of the estate. But there's this little thing in Florida, and it's in some other states, and I'll probably do another video to talk about the details of it. But you need to get familiar with the ladybird deed, okay? The ladybird deed is going to be your best friend. It's going to help you avoid probate. If something was to happen to you, and let's say if you want to transfer this property to, or if you have an elderly parent and you want to transfer this property to yourself, or they want to give it to you, and you just don't want to go through probate, you can use a ladybird deed. Get familiar with that, especially you're in Florida, just to avoid probate, avoid all that court costs, all that other stuff. Ladybird deed is probably going to be one of your best friends in transferring properties. All right, so hey, 2020, man, level up. Find your way of what you're going to use real estate for outside of the conventional, I'm just going to live in this property. Because real estate is a big business, man. People are making billions through real estate. What are you doing with it?